Peace and blessings to everybody out there. This is Zen Davies with another video. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I really do. This video, man, I think I'm gonna drop some wisdom, some real powerful wisdom, man. You know what keeps me grounded? What keeps me on an even keel? What keeps me, I like the word grounded because grounded means in the earth. And you know, the earth is the mother of all things. We come from the earth, and to earth we shall return. Mother Nature. So what keeps me grounded is I'm a very spiritual person. I haven't lost sight of the fact that we're spiritual beings encapsulated in flesh. So we're spirits in a temporary body, which will eventually perish, but the spirit will transcend and live on, because the spirit is comprised of energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. Everything is energy. But a lot of people don't think that deep. A lot of people don't delve into spirituality. You know, a lot of people are just superficial. You know, if they can't see it and it's not tangible, then to them it's not real. But you can't see the wind, but you can feel it, right? Matter of fact, you ever look at a tree when the wind blows and you see the tree shaking? That's the wind. So you could see it, you can see its manifestations, and you can also feel it. But you believe in the wind, right? You can't see oxygen, but you breathe in it, right? You can't see carbon dioxide, but you expelling it, right? Because you breathe in oxygen and you expel carbon dioxide. You see, so you don't, some people, if they can't see it, to them it's unrealistic. It's a bunch of hocus pocus. But you should want to be like that. You know, if you don't have a spiritual foundation, life is going to always be hard, because you're going to base your happiness on material possessions, and you're going to become a consumer, feeding, capitalistic, depraved aristocrats. You're going to become a consumer, making capitalistic aristocrats who are depraved very wealthy. You see? You're going to become poor because you're going to think your happiness comes from the latest gadget, the latest car, the latest clothes, the biggest house. But all those things get old, and then you go out and you got to buy the newest, because you don't want to be seen with the iPhone 6 when everybody has the iPhone 7, right? Because then you're not hip. So now you got to go out and spend $400 on the iPhone 7 when you just bought the iPhone 6. Boy, boy, boy. I remember when I was a kid, growing up, I had to have the latest Jordans. And for those of you who don't know, Jordans cost, when I was growing up, $150. Nowadays, shoes costing $275. Like LeBron's, his shoes cost $275. But when I was coming up, Jordans cost $150. And I used to beg my mom, like, Mom, could you please give me the Jordans? Could you please give me the Jordans? And, you know, a lot of times she said no, but on occasion she would say yes. She will oblige. And we would go out, we would purchase the Jordans that just came out. $150. And you feeling all good, you know, you got the latest Jordans on. Everybody's checking me out. Got all the girls looking at me. All the fellas is envious of me. 2 months later, not even 2 months. No, that's not right. Not even 2 months. I would say 2 weeks later, the newest pair of Jordans come out. So now yours is old. And you seen everybody else walking around with the new Jordans. So now you feel inadequate. So now you gotta beg your mom, hey mom, can I get the other Jordan? You see what I'm saying? Because the aristocrats, the wealthy, the people who own the corporations that sell Nike, because you know Nikes only cost like $10 to make in Indonesia. And they got underage workers in those sweatshops, and they're only making like $2 an hour. And there's no Nike factories in the United States, because if there's any Nike factories in the United States, they're going to have to pay their workers a handsome wage. But since they got their factories over in Indonesia, they can pay their workers meager wages, because they'll be happy just to get $2 an hour, making shoes for $10 and selling them for $200. You see? So, where was I at? So yeah, they feed off your emotions. The aristocrats, the people who own these corporations, they make you feel like if you don't have something, then you're nothing. That's why when people don't have the nicest clothes and the nicest cars, they feel their self-esteem drops. That's because they feed off your emotions. You know? So, if you don't have a spiritual foundation, you're not going to know who you are. You're a spirit. And this what we're experiencing is temporary. It's a journey. You see? And when we die and cross over into the spirit world, that's when the new world begins. That's when you go further on your journey. You've ascertained all the lessons that you needed in this life, and you're going to take it over into the next life. You're going to enter into the spirit world. And there's spirits all around us. You know, you just got to know how to call them forth. Drink some ayahuasca. Purge yourself. Ayahuasca, which is an Amazonian psychedelic drink that the shamans use to open up their subconscious mind and face their demons. It empties out all the baggage, but before it empties out the baggage, it presents the baggage to you to face them, to see what's holding you back, which is a very emotional experience. It can be traumatic. And then it empties you, it purges you. So when you come back from your journey on ayahuasca, you'll be emptied and ready to take in everything the universe is willing to offer you. But when you got so much baggage, you can't take in anything because you're already blocked with baggage internally. And I'm being very discursive. I'm sorry. I'm everywhere right about now. But if you guys want me to start scripting my videos, make a comment, because I will script them. I will start like Most people, when they do videos, they write what they're going to say, and some people read off a paper and they study what they're going to say. There's less mistakes that way. You see, there's less mistakes that way. But I just do videos on the whim. But if you guys want a more structured content, then just comment and I'll accommodate you. Happiness comes from inside. Happiness comes from inside. Trust me, I know. I've been rich. I've been poor in a mug, man. I've been very rich. I wouldn't say very rich, but I was, like I said, I'm not going to go there, but I had nice car. I had a huge house, 2 or 3 cars, jewelry, expensive jewelry. I had a bracelet that was like $3,000, but I was doing it because my self-esteem was low. I had huge muscles. All the muscles, the jewelry, the cars. I was doing it to please other people, and I was doing it to compensate for my low self-esteem. You see, my self-esteem was very low. You gotta understand. I already revealed to you guys that I was bullied and I was abused as a child. So that means inevitably you're gonna have low self-esteem. You see, when you get older, because you're going to have post-traumatic stress from your childhood days. So a lot of people like that, they compensate for their low self-esteem. They don't want nobody to see it. That's why people dress up in nice clothes, makeup, you know what I mean? To hide all that insecurity, low self-esteem, inadequate. They cover it up. Then you go home, you take all that shit off, and you got to look at the man in the mirror, and you're still a miserable person. And that's how I was. Good job, beautiful wife, but I didn't work on myself. I neglected my spiritual life, so I was still miserable. Next video I'm gonna do, I got a request from my homeboy. He wanted me to do a video about oh man, I gotta do a video about St. John's wort. I'm gonna keep the videos coming. Be prepared for a video about St. John's wort, and be prepared about a video about being a homebody. Zen Davis. I'm out.